Sports on this Wednesday, chilly
Man,
evening with my man RT and my man Big E coming fresh off of spring break, folks. I know we gave a couple weeks off. We got a lot to talk about, man. I know sports is kind of slow. High school basketball just finished up. The NCAA tournament, wrestling, NCAA just finished up. UCO finished up second in the Nationals, having 2 national championships in Heath and Abney. Great job to those guys. They should be coming back there next year locked and loaded. I know Stillwater, man, they lost some guys, I think, after the Ferrari accident, man. It was a whole different wrestling team. How you guys doing this Wednesday chilly afternoon?
Well, I'm doing good. You know, same old. School, work, you know, just doing my thing. But, you know, not much going on in my life, you know. I'm just trying to get through these next few years of college. Hope in December, hopefully I'll have my associate's degree if all goes well.
No, you will have it.
I will have it. I will have my
There you
associate's
go.
degree in December. And then hopefully get some scholarship money and go on and finish my college at OU.
Okay.
Boomer Sooner.
Boomer Sooner.
That's the plan.
Why not OSU?
I don't know. You know what? I actually did think about going to OSU for a little bit because they do have a sports media program at OSU. So I gave it some thought, but it's just always been my dream to go to OU. So
There you go.
that's what I'm planning to do.
Chasing his dream.
What about you, Big RT? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I can't complain. You know, if I complain, why? I mean, is it really going to help?
No, but hey, you always got somebody listening to you. That's why we got people that are counselors, and you know, you want to lay down and take a nap and tell them your problems. That's why they get paid the big bucks. But
Is that why you got that couch over there?
that's why I got the couch over
Okay.
there.
So how much you charging to, you know, be a good ear, a good listener?
Well, you know, I mean, it's probably about 10 cents an hour.
10 cents an hour.
So I started off kind of cheap, really cheap, because hey, you know,
Why is that?
because everybody got problems.
You right.
But you know what we do here at Keep It 100?
What's that?
We keep it
100.
100. Well, folks, like I said, coming fresh out of spring break, man. I know we're coming out of some big things. High school basketball is a wrap, man.
Yep.
Some great games, man. If you did get the chance to watch them, I know we had a little bit of snow at that time.
Yeah.
Delayed some stuff. But I tell you, man, you know, all mid-Dale schools, everybody made it but the Dale City Eagles ladies. But I tell you, Carl Albert and Dale City had to fight each other to get to the championship in 5A. And they both came up a little bit short. So kind of sucks, you know, for both teams, you know, had to play each other to get there. You know, Lenny came up short, a team that beat him. And the championship was, you know, Tulsa Memorial that, you know, that he had beat earlier this year. So kind of a sweet revenge for them to come back and win the, you know, state championship. Middle City girls and Carl Albert girls both lost in the first round to some teams, you know, that they probably should have beat. You know, Carl Albert girls ranked number 1 all year. They come up short, you know, to a team out of Tulsa, where R.W. McCorder's daughter played for. And I just tell you, then Middle City came up short against McAllister, a team that I thought Middle City's a little bit better. I just think that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you want to see your girls, you know, girls and boys win, but they both came up short. I know Coach Rich and, you know, and Coach Rich, you don't get to put the pie on my face. Sorry, but keep listening to Keep It 100. But I will say that, you know, both teams, like I said, came up short. I know Coach Knight, you know, I mean, she got a lot of those girls coming back. Coach Rich got a lot of those girls coming back. But a team like McAllister that no one probably knew nothing about, played great basketball. Played El Reno in the championship against you know, Coach Coach from El Reno that stood us up. We'll keep it 100, but that's what we do. We keep it 100. But you know, I got a chance to talk to her, and you know, she apologized, and hopefully we can get on the show one day. But I tell you, Big Zoe, man, she don't take no slack. She was upset that she didn't come on the show, and we got a chance to play you know, basketball this weekend and get to see her team. And Zoe's like, we get to play there. I'm gonna put it on them. But that's how my baby girl is, because she loves Keep It 100. Before we started this show, is RT coming? Is RT coming? So Zoe's all about Keep It 100. But I just tell you, man, you know, I know everybody keeps saying, when's the scholarship going to happen? And, you know, we got some great news on that. We are down to our what?
Top three.
Top three.
And so don't think that we're not going to do it. I know we kind of said right after basketball.
Yeah.
So we are right there. We're gonna probably, you know, say we're down to the top three. three great candidates that's done a great job writing essays. And like I said, everybody's a winner in this doing this, but you know you only can pick one. And so we now down to the top three, and we should have that winner in the next week or so.
Yep.
So it's not like we're not going to do it. I'd like to thank Jackie Cooper. I'd like to thank Eric Sanford with LionX, OKC. And I'd like to thank Brad Collier and Chris Collier with Clutch Culture, you know, for helping us make this happen. And then even get it started for next year that we already got some money in the bank for our next year's scholarship. So one thing we will work on probably going into the summer is maybe trying to get one or two more donors to jump on board and just keep helping us, keeping this going. Because like I said, at the end of the day, this is going for a great
cause for
great
the kids.
cause. I mean, it's for the kids, you know.
Help them
and
kickstart their future.
That's it. And like I said, the three people that we're down to, man, has all done a great job. But, you know, it's going to be one that's going to just stand out and it's going to catch all of our hearts and eyes. And we'll, like I said, we'll present that winner. And the next, so we got to get a hold of that, the winner's counselor, and hopefully we can go present it to them at the school. Yeah. Have a quick live show and let that person talk about what they plan on doing with the money and you know, what made them, apply for scholarship, because at the end of the day, I mean, that's what you want. You know, you want to get more listeners, and I love the people that are following us that did just come join Keep It 100 and retweet some of our stuff, because, you know, right now it is kind of slow. We can start talking about track and baseball, but you know where our listeners are at. When we put on them football helmets and turn on those Friday night lights, that's when we get everybody tuning in and listen to our picks. But hey, you know, right now we want everybody to keep in, you know, because we're just like any other sportcast. We want to keep bringing you the best news that we can, and a lot of great things are happening around here in the OKC area. Coaches moving and changing jobs. You know, I know Coach Corbin. I don't know if you call it good luck or bad luck. You know, he got two of his coaches that's left him this off season so far. Congratulations to Coach Greg Bryant. Man, I'm a big fan of Coach Bryant. You know, it's funny that you know, Cam Jordan broke this news, and I knew this news. You know, that's just how it is. And I didn't want to, you know, jump on his, you know, ruin his parade, because you don't want to say something, then hey, something gets changed, and turned around. I was driving home last Monday night from Wichita. Me and Zoe drove up to Wichita to practice Kansas United. I'm driving home. I get this text: "Hey, Coach Brian is leaving Choctaw." I tweeted him, DM'd him real quick, and I told him congratulations. He said, "Thanks, Tony." And then right then and there, I knew he had got the job, but I wasn't gonna be the one jump on. I know a lot of times you want to be the one, but think if he did, and something the school board comes back and changing. And one of our good friends was up for the job too, Coach White, David White, that's out of, you know, Missouri, that's been at, you know, Bishop Gorman, and I've been pushing this guy to get a job, and it's sad because, I mean, Coach White, you know, I'm gonna bring him on the show, and he's gonna tell his story why he can't get a job in Oklahoma, because the guy is a hell of a coach, but he is starstruck or something in Oklahoma. People just not want to pick him up. He's been in for a lot of jobs, and you got to scratch your head like, why this guy can't get a job? He was up for the Moore job. He was up for the sophomore job, had both jobs, and then the next day, boom, you know, he don't get it. Then he was up for the Owasso job. Then Blankenship comes in and takes it. You know, he was up. You know, he was up for a few other jobs here. You know, and so you're like, why can this guy not get a job? Deer Creek, you know, they came open. So, you know, he called me the other day, and he was kind of upset. But you know, it hurts because you know, and I asked him. I said, hey, you know, maybe it's your resume, because when you bounce around that much, you know, people's like, man, how long is he gonna be there? You know, because when OU brought back Venables, you know, he's a good friend of Venables, and you know, he's coached at Nevada. He's the one that got the kid from John Marshall to go to Nevada to be their running back. Yeah, so it's one of those things that this guy can coach, but there's something on that resume that's making people say, yeah. You know what I mean? So that's where it's at right now. A lot of
times it's based on the relationships. You hear it all the time. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with him not being from here,
but he gets a lot of. I mean, Bob Stoops, when UCO came open, when a lot of these jobs come open, Bob Stoops is stuck his name and neck out there.
I don't know if you got someone on Stoops' level that's speaking up for you, basically recommending you. Yeah, I think that changes the dynamic. So I wouldn't say that they went that far with it. Now
I know Kel Gundy spoke up for him though. You know, I mean,
well, they got some room on OU to hire him again or
something?
Well,
I mean, he was looking. I mean, I think, he was up for the Jones job. He was a candidate for the Jones job, and I think a lot of these schools are scared that he's going to leave because on his resume he's there for a couple of years. You know what, man? I should just give this guy a call.
You probably should.
I think we might call him today.
Okay. All right. I mean, because I would love to meet him and learn more about him.
Man, you know what? You know what we should do here?
What should we do?
We maybe get this man a call.
Give him a call.
Hey, you know what? We're going to take a quick what?
Quick break to check in with one of our sponsors.
Hey, no, we're gonna go past that. We're gonna get David White on this phone, and we're gonna find out what's going on, because that's what we do here.
That's what we do.
We're gonna put him on the spot tonight.
What happens if he don't answer?
And guess what? We'll go to the next episode. We'll be right back after what, E?
After one of our sponsors.
Keep it 100 what?
Oklahoma High School Sports.
With 25 years experience in the industry, Line-X Customs OKC is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle accessory needs. Specializing in spray-in liners, lifts, levels, wheels, tires, bed covers, and anything else you need to make your ride look and sound better. Call Eric and the boys at 405-778-8878.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. We just tried to reach out to Coach White, and looks like he's not available at the moment. But
he put Tony on Do Not Disturb.
Hey, I'm telling you like this, man. Hopefully he can give us a call back. It's so funny because, like I said, me and him spoke last week, and I know he's trying to get back to the state of Oklahoma, where his wife is from. Grew up in Choctaw, graduated from Choctaw. Coach White's a guy that if you guys didn't know, he takes care of DeMarco Murray's nephew and JD. And JD was a running back at Choctaw. Ended up going to Air Force, and I think he's playing a little Division II ball right now.
Yeah, Missouri, Central Missouri.
Yeah, so it just tells you what type of guy Coach White is.
Okay.
He was at Bishop Gorman when he had DeMarco Murray and Ryan Reynolds and the big defensive lineman that he brought here. To know you brought him in as an analyst coach. So the guy has coach skill, but like I said, hopefully he calls me back, folks, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it 100 because we're gonna put him on the spot and be like, hey, a guy with your great coaching pattern, is Oklahoma scared of you? Are you too much? Because the guy took Bishop Gorman. He put Bishop Gorman on the map and was going around, flying around, and playing all these when ESPN was hosting these big teams and on ESPN, and he was part of that, getting that. That coaching pedigree going there at Bishop Gorman. So the guy's been in a lot of different places. Like, hopefully, I'll send that text to him. Hopefully, he can call me back. If not, we'll catch him at another time. But folks, I just tell you right now, man. Like I said, we're excited about the scholarship. Excited that we're coming off spring break. We'll get back deep into this. We'll start talking about high school baseball, track. I know track is starting to kick off. Oklahoma's track is salty. They go up and run up to these Dallas track meets now. So, spring ball, high school ball is right around the corner. College spring ball is right around the corner. OU, I know he's excited over there, man. His hands and hair on his arms are probably poking up because, he gets to see his new QB and he gets to
Not
see.
Not only that.
Yes, sir.
You're going to that spring game, right?
I am.
Going to that spring game.
Who?
Baker Mayfield.
There you go.
And talk about Baker Mayfield,
Yeah.
I know you like Baker, but Baker kind of went out like a crybaby.
Well, here's
Why
the thing.
would you say that?
Because he got on Twitter before anything happened. He's like,
"What's wrong with that?"
Well,
that's the new
Cleveland.
way.
Oh, Cleveland.
He saw all the rumors and everything.
Right.
And hey, rumors is rumors.
The rumors ended up becoming true, though.
Because they's like, man, we want a grown man in our QB.
A grown man that likes to inappropriately touch women without their consent.
Time out. We're going to debate on that
Whoa.
real quick. Whoa, wait. I'm going to tell you something.
Whoa.
I had me and some guys today at lunch. Wait. Me and some guys at lunch today. I'm going to tell you, I think all that stuff.
Until proven innocent.
I think all that stuff. I'm going to keep it 100. I think all that stuff was fake. You know why? I think that was a way to get him out of Houston. I don't think Watson wanted to be in Houston no more.
I think it could be.
Come on, man. Think about it.
You got
22 girls and ain't nobody came. My man Bill Cosby, my popsicles, you know what I'm saying? He ended up going to jail. R. Kelly, he in jail. The one Watson he had 22 women say he touched him, did all this, and one of them came forward, and he ain't going to get no criminal charges. So think about it. But soon as all this is done, he traded.
Well, I think they do know something. They're not going to offer him that much money and put him under a new contract if they knew that.
Yes.
So that's 22 civil suits, and I think if any of those are found to be true, what do you do from there?
But they're not. I'm going to tell you right now, the NFL is not. They're not going to sign him to Cleveland with that kind of money.
And what if it's a clause in there that we're going to give you this, but if this comes out, then
I'm telling you right now, he said out a whole year, ain't nothing coming about. He's probably, even if any of this is true, these women are getting paid off now. Hey, I mean, now look at that check he just got. He paid every woman off. I mean, granted, 22 women he touched.
So paying off women, it makes it right?
No, I'm not saying right. I got 3
Talk
daughters.
to me.
I got 3 daughters. No, it's not right, E. But damn, anybody can say you touched him and this and that.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be with him, say they want to be with him. He's a handsome young man. He's probably going out kicking.
Situations to where they had fun and then they wanted to continue.
Yeah, he ain't want none.
I'm good.
I mean, think about it, E, man. I mean, 22 and he ain't found guilty. Come on, man.
Or maybe it's just a process. They maybe
he's leaving.
There's some victims.
If he was guilty, he would not be able to move out of Houston. He packed his bags. He up in Cleveland.
Yeah, he would because
he in there with the dog pound. He in there with the dog pound now.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying, but I think it's how they went about the whole the Browns organization, how they went around it was wrong.
About Baker?
Yes, Baker. They draft Baker.
What has Baker done?
He got them into the playoffs.
He did.
Playoffs? Time out. E, listen to me.
When you talk about, hold up, let me talk. You've been doing a lot of this.
Okay, E.
Pop the collar one time.
But when Baker got there, obviously Tyrod Taylor, he was the starter at the time when he first got there. Mm-hmm. Tyrod Taylor gets injured. Mm-hmm. Baker comes in, and they win some games. Right. They win that game, and then they win games, and then just 2 years ago, they get into the playoffs and win a playoff game.
We're gonna call this a debate show because I'm gonna tell you
first
something.
First time in a long time. Okay. So you can't say Baker hasn't accomplished anything. As bad of a franchise as Cleveland is, I'm not done, Tony. Hold on.
Yeah, let him finish.
As bad of a franchise historically as the Cleveland Browns have been,
right?
He comes in there and brings them into the playoff and gets them in contention. Because once you get in the playoffs, I mean, anything can happen from there. He gets them into contention, and then you bring in a guy who still has pending charges, civil suits. They're not anything criminal, but still. And then you go behind his back and you do that, and then you don't do that to a guy that helped turn around your franchise. The Browns would not be in the position that they are in right now without Baker Mayfield.
The guy, what's his name?
Odell. They said Odell was the problem. He left and won the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Maybe that just wasn't a good mesh. Maybe him and Odell just wasn't a good mesh.
He's had some of the best receivers. He can't throw the damn ball, E.
Best receivers, so Odell, I wouldn't even put Odell in my top 10.
Okay.
I wouldn't put Jarvis in my top 10.
What?
Jarvis Landry is not a top 10 receiver.
Odell went over to the Rams. And
Odell is not a top 10 receiver.
Active receivers.
Active receivers.
No,
Odell's not top 10.
Hey, that's why the Rams going to re-sign him, though. I'm telling you right now, Odell was killing.
Yeah, he was.
I'm saying
killing in the Super Bowl. Sucks that he got hurt like that. Yeah. But come on, man.
He's not a top 10 receiver.
Baker's had big-time running backs, 2 good running backs.
You put Baker on a team.
He's had 2 big-time running backs, some good tight ends, a good defense they built around him, and guess what?
And everybody's knocking him for the season that he had last year. When he played banged up, he had multiple injuries.
Man, we all play hurt.
The O-line was lackluster last year.
What pick was he?
He's number 1 pick.
Okay. And how many other picks is the Cleveland Browns taking at quarterback?
A lot.
Google real quick.
Google.
So if we're going off, so if a number 1 pick,
Brandon Weeden. I mean,
Jamarcus Russell, he was a number 1 pick. What happened to him?
Oh, you talking about fat boy from the Raiders?
Yeah.
Man, he ate all his
Andrew Luck. He was a number 1 pick. He had a good career, but it didn't last very long.
Well, I mean, it happens, but
So what are you trying to say, but with the number 1 pick?
Baker should have never got on Twitter and said nothing. He should have kept a professional and said, you know what? Let this man come here and we'll compete for the starting job.
I'm not saying
it happens, man. When you go to college,
I'd be stupid to say that
when you go to college, you got to compete. for a job, right? When you up for a promotion, you go interview against the four or five other people that's going against you. You got to go in there and talk yourself up. He got on Twitter and started crying. Well, thank you, Cleveland fans. I'm going to leave and I want to get traded. No,
I'm sure they informed Baker that like, hey, this is what we're going to do. So at that point, he's like, I didn't get. Man,
Watson didn't
want
to go.
He feels that he could start, and I think he could start on a lot of teams. He can go to the Atlanta Falcons and start. Sure, it's going to be terrible. A worse situation than what he was in.
I don't think Baker's going to get picked up. I think this is what Baker's going to be doing next year. I ain't got a clipboard, but I think he's going to be holding.
Sideline backup?
Yeah, backup. That's what Baker's going to be.
So he's going to be the next Tebow?
Tebow. He's going to get paid. He's going to be like he's going to be like old boy from Missouri.
I just think it's funny. He has one bad year. When he's injured.
I'm not
and people think he's the worst quarterback in the league.
I'm not saying he's the worst quarterback, but I think he went about the game the wrong way.
How?
He got on Twitter and cried. Don't get on Twitter and cry.
He didn't cry. Let's pull up the tweet. I got Twitter pulled up right now. Let's see what he said.
What did it say? Read what he said word to word.
He got out ahead of it.
Yes.
But what I mean by that,
time out. And the Browns wasn't even going to take Watson at first. He wasn't even. They wasn't even going to take him.
You got an inside source for that too?
No, but I'm just saying he was going to. I mean, I think
he's prefaces with saying, with many uncertainties, here is where my head and heart is at. So he prefaced like he knew many uncertainties. He didn't really.
Then he asked for a trade. They said no. Then he's still on the team, right?
He did ask for a trade,
and they said no. Nobody wants him.
So the Cleveland Browns saying that they
Cleveland
said no.
That's what I'm saying.
Cleveland. Here's what happened. They heard that he asked for a trade after he hears all these Deshaun Watson rumors and bringing in another quarterback. He's like, all right, if you're bringing in another guy, trade me. Well, they were like, oh, we don't know if we're going to get Deshaun, so we're going to keep you around.
Yes.
That's a smart business move.
Smart business move. I get that, but it's like.
But they must feel that Watson's
it's a two-faced organization. I get it's a business.
Like Watson is a better quarterback. Let's not.
Oh, 100%. I'm not saying that.
We're keeping him on it right now.
I'm as much of a Baker fan that I am.
Tell Baker to go to Seattle, and him and Pete Carroll can be washed up together.
I think if they get the right pieces around, I mean, you got DK Metcalf, who I would say he's not top 10 yet, but he has the potential.
You think
then
Seattle
you have Tyler
will want
Lockett.
Baker? No, man. After getting rid of Russell, they'll want Baker?
Over Drew Lock? Drew Lock?
What I'm saying is if you get rid of a Russell, you definitely not replacing him with.
Okay, but who was Baker getting draft comparisons to before he got into the league? Russell Wilson. So if they wanted to stick with him,
Russell Wilson, brother.
I'm not saying he's a Russell Wilson, but their play styles are similar. His mobility
he might not be
is
better
similar
than
to
Colt
Russell
McCoy.
Wilson. Colt McCoy, 40 years old.
What if he go to the Canadian Football League?
Damn, he just dropped out of the NFL.
I mean, I'm just saying, people. I don't know why people are so quick to hate on Baker when he really hasn't done anything.
The way he got out ahead of it.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying he shouldn't have got on Twitter and cried. I don't care who you are.
I don't see it that way, Tony. I just think that there was a lot of uncertainty, as he stated, and he just wanted to put it out there to his fans because that did become his home.
And that's the thing, like about Baker Mayfield, he embraces whatever environment and situation that he's in.
It doesn't matter.
At OU, he made that his home.
Yeah, and before then, he was where?
Texas Tech.
And he walked on and did everything. So he's been through adversity before.
So why get on there?
So you can't count him out.
Well, this is the thing: is Baker ain't got to play another down of football. He's making those Geico.
You want to make a bet on that?
I'm not making it. Actually, you two owe me a chicken sandwich too. But
we can bet on 5 chicken sandwiches right now. Baker Mayfield will start on an NFL football team.
I'm not saying he will, but I'm saying he don't have to. He got
by default or due to injury. How he got his first starting.
No, he'll get picked up.
And I think that was all fake too.
He'll either get traded or he'll get released and picked up by a team and start week 1.
Wow.
So what team do you think is going to pick him up?
Yeah, let's talk
I think it's going to be Seattle.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think they're going to make their money on draft picks. I don't think they're going to waste some money on a guy like Baker. You don't know what kind of, like you said, he's been banged up. He's been banged up, but he can't throw over 20 yards. He can't hit the back of a barn. Come on, man. You've seen it. Odell had a hell of a year when he got out from Baker. I mean, the dude showed out.
Yeah, when he was with the Browns, he was doing like jumping jacks in the end zone. Like, hey, man.
Like Baker acted like he didn't want to give it to him, man. It was like a Haterade, but It just tells you right now, man. I mean, you have Landry, you had Odell, you had some good tight ends, you had two great running backs.
Yeah. Okay. That's a running back. What's a quarterback? I mean, unless if they're throwing it out of the backfield.
But what he's saying is the defense has got to respect the running game, which means they can't cheat on the passing game.
Gotcha.
And you had Odell and those guys are downfield open, but he can't throw the ball over 25 yards. He's like another Cam Newton, man. He was great.
Because he actually asked or was helping or excited about Odell coming. I mean, look at those tweets. How he used to tweet about Odell, and then something happened.
Yeah,
he can't throw the ball past 20 yards. I'm telling you what happened.
I mean, I think Odell. Let's just say what it is. Odell is kind of a head case in a lot of situations with it. The way that his dad is outspoken, and that sometimes gets him into some issues. But
dad's outspoken. I'm outspoken. RT's outspoken. When you have kids, you're gonna be outspoken. That's what fathers do.
But when you're a grown man, and Odell, he's already well respected.
You never stop being a parent, man.
I get that. But it's like.
That's your baby. I don't care if they're 60 years old. They still gonna be your baby. I mean,
right. Maybe I don't understand because I don't got kids yet.
Yeah,
but
when you get kids, you'll see them. But those are your babies, man. I mean, me and my wife had the same discussion last night. I'm always gonna baby my kids, no matter how old they get. No matter, they're gonna be my babies because hey, that's the pride of joy, bringing them in your life. You seeing something that you developed and made. So yeah, man. But you know, let's get back to sports though, man. I know E's all about his
sports. This is sports.
No, I'm just saying E gets all fired up when you start talking about any of his Sooners, you know. But hey.
That's a real thing.
I'm just saying.
I love it.
I get it's a business, but I think the Cleveland could have handled it a lot better.
Yeah.
And then going
you're
stabbing the quarterback that got him out of the hellhole.
But doesn't that happen at the high school level too?
At every level, man. That's just part of it.
You go up in a program thinking that you're going to have your chance and somebody gets.
Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. My son beat a kid out, and guess what? He had the red shirt. Yeah. Why? You beat that kid 3 times. It's talk. We talk about being competitive and let's go play.
Yeah,
that's what happens, man. I mean, everything. College is a business. High school is a business.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best guys don't start in high school because if that mom and daddy is paying for that scoreboard, that kid's gonna play.
Yeah.
I saw some receivers at and I'm gonna keep it 100 at Carl Albert. Kids should have been playing. And you had 2 kids that was playing in front of them that shouldn't have been playing.
Yeah.
But hey, mom and dad's part of the touchdown club, and mom and dad's part of the cheer rah club. Guess what? They gonna play. Yeah. You see it every day, man. And I'm not just saying Carl Albert. It happens at every school. But real quick, let's give a shout out to Steele.
Yeah,
committing
to Akron.
Smart kid. And guess what? Steele's gonna get to hang out with. He's gonna get to meet the king because the king's from Akron.
Yeah.
So I mean that's good, dog. I mean, but you know, man.
You know, LeBron? You a LeBron fan?
You know, I'm a big LeBron fan.
He jumped from team to team too, but go ahead.
But hey, he do, but he does it all right. He moves when he do it.
How is it working out for him this year?
Hey, it's all right.
He got the same amount of losses in the finals that MJ won the finals.
It don't matter, man. He still got a ring. Ain't none of us sitting at this table got a ring. But he does got a ring. And he won with the Lakers his first year.
He should. He only been in the league for 50
KD
years.
got a ring.
KD's still a good player. I mean, I don't mess with Cupcake, but he's still a good player.
Nah, I like KD. I'm a fan of KD.
Like I said, congratulations to Steele. You know, son, I hope RJ can find him something. Like I said, I know they lost their defensive coordinator. That's going to be a tough replacement.
Their offensive and defensive coordinator.
I think the offensive guy, I think Jake Corbin still calls the plays. I think, they did hire a new guy.
Well, from what I heard, the new offensive coordinator is he coached wide receivers last year. Coach Garfield, he'll be calling the plays. So.
Jake Corbin be calling the plays.
But you know what?
I'm just saying.
That says a lot about that program, where your assistant coaches are now becoming head coaches and getting those opportunities.
I think Coach Brian deserves it. I mean, Chillinger, he's kind of a quiet guy. I mean, he went to Cushion. Where did he go? Chisholm.
You're talking about Gilbert.
Gilbert, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he went to I honestly can't remember.
No, it was Chisholm. Chisholm.
Okay.
But, with Coach Brian, I think that's, more is up and coming, with last year beating Westmore. I think him having Wolf and then the CJ, the running back, was just a freshman last year, running back DB, receiver. I think he'll be one of the top kids in the class next year as a sophomore. I think Wolf is a great football player. Not a very big quarterback, but the kid can sling the ball. So I think you bring Coach Bryant's defensive mind over there to Moore, and Moore's kind of one an open transfer. you're going to get some kids to come in. Because, I mean, look at their basketball team. You know, Coach Diddy came over there, him and I can't even think of his name now. That played at OU, that was at Norman, came on, got on board with the Moore coach and that basketball program, you know, had brought some kids in. And that's what happens, though, you know, when you start, you know, some of those kids, you know, the kid that played, you know, for CT back in the day, Dawkins, the receiver.
MD,
you know, I mean, that kid.
He played in CT's league.
Yeah. But I'm saying, I mean, like that young man, you know, was a basketball player. So you'll get some of those kids that are going to go both ways, football and basketball, or more. So Coach Brian has a chance to, you know, make some noise. I don't know if his schedule's anything like Zoe. I tell you, Zoe, man, that schedule, oof.
It's got to be.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
They pretty much got the same schedule.
Oh, but I'm just telling you right now, man. Woo, when you got Broken Arrow and you got Jinx and you got Owasso and Bigsby. Yeah. I mean, man, you find it even
every game is a playoff game.
Every game's a playoff game. So, you know, and I mean, and Zoe, no, he came on the show. He knows he's on the hot seat. So, hopefully he can find a way to put some ice on that hot seat and cool it off, because it's going to be tough, you know, trying to get to the next level next year. But I just tell you, man, high school football is going to be really exciting. You know, it's going to be wide open because, you know, since Bigsby's going up to big 6A, small 6A will be wide open. You know, I think Ethan said it earlier. He said, hey, I think Choctaw got a chance to win state. And then I said, hey, stop, E. And he said, hey, I think that this will be their year. And the only reason I say stop, because I think Deer Creek shows some people that, hey, you can come out to Deer Creek. And Deer Creek is one of those things that you're always going to have offensive linemen. Yeah. You know, because you're always going to have big guys live out there. Deer Creek's his own little community, nice.
They got a nice receiver out there, man. I forgot his name. I want to say Mike or something like that. But that kid has been looked at by several schools.
And so, you know, you just had one of the best linemen leave this year and go off and, you know, going to OU.
Yeah.
So, you know, Sexton. So you know what you're getting out there. So I think Deer Creek will be a team to be, you know, hey,
they're definitely a team to watch.
But, and I think Stillwater Gundy, you know, I think since last year, I think he'll be, you know, and you got to count out Sand Springs. I mean, Booker T, you know, I know they lost some guys, but they always reload. And so I don't think that, hey, Tata's just going to walk into the finals.
No. That's going to, I mean, it'll be a fight.
And then they lose several linemen, right?
Yeah, several linemen. And so, and I mean, and you still got, like I said, you still got the Still, and you still got the running back, Latrell, and then you got the other little running back, what was his name? Pookie Spooky.
Juju,
yeah. So, you know, I mean, you still got. I mean, I don't know, something like that.
Man.
And then you still got RJ, and then you know, I think their offense will be all right. I'm interested to see how the offensive line will play. But as far as like the weapons that Steele is going to have, I mean, they're all there. You know, all those guys are returning. It's really just the O-line, and then the defense is going to be another thing to look out for with a new defensive coordinator that's going to be coming in. And
I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, who could come in there and do what Brian's done? You got to think Brian's been there, you know, for 4 or 5 years, man. Yeah. And you know, last few years, his defense has been one of the top defenses in 6A, big and small. You know, especially that the year that Jordan Mukes and all those guys was. You know, their senior year, man.
You know what? They have other coaches there that I think that can step up and coach that defense too.
Oh, so you think he'll promote somebody within? You know, you think Coach Carter?
I think he should.
You think Coach Carter?
I mean, those guys have been there through thick and thin with you and helping you get there. He didn't do it by himself.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
So, out of the coaches that are at Choctaw, who would you say could get promoted within? And like, who could you see stepping up?
I'm not that familiar with the Choctaw program, I
don't know who's on their staff anymore. But
of who they have.
But hey, this is another question. How many coaches does Coach Brian take with him? You know, I mean, you got to look at that. You know, he got to build his staff too. That is a good
question.
Yeah. You know, I mean, he's going to want guys that he can trust and believe in. Because you just can't go to Moore and be like, "Hey, I'm Coach Brian. I want you guys to coach with me."
But they also know it's a risk because that's just what you just stated. That schedule's tough, and the
Moore's got a real tough schedule.
Sophomore, you get about 2 to 3 years, and if you're not winning,
but I mean, he said this earlier too. Like, hey, he feels like if Tata don't win this year, it might be a while before they can.
It'll be a large uphill climb if they don't. They're going to have to rebuild it after this year.
That shouldn't be a problem for them, though, right? Rebuilding.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
we'll just have to find out.
I mean, what I'm saying is since Corbin's been there, he's done a good job of getting them to the playoffs, and
he's progressed pretty much every single year. Because you think about, my senior year, we make it to the semifinals, and then the following year,
he makes it to the state finals, and he goes out the first round of the playoffs. So I mean, last year was kind of a hiccup because you got all that talent coming back, and then you fall short, especially with that offensive line. You got all those guys up front. In that defense, you had everybody pretty much come back. So for Jordan Mukes, I mean, you lost a couple of defensive backs, but then you had the kid from, Carl Albert move in. And, then you had a couple of kids from Middle City move in. So you had kids move in that you just kind of replaced and came in. Then you had Cameron Hunt come in.
That's what I'm saying, man. They shouldn't have a problem rebuilding.
Well, I mean, but the offensive line, I think it's going to be tough, though. If you got guys that started, 20, 30 games on the offensive line, and then you got kids that's never played in the state championship.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
if you're able to get guys to come in, and they
their first game is who? The Del City Eagles, which got some of the top players on offense and defense, and they lost one of their best players to IMG. So that just tells you right there, hey, you got Del City, you got Westmore. Well, they got some tough games on their first couple games. I mean, Del City ain't gonna be. I mean, they're both. I mean, Del City's a 5A team. What happens if you go get beat by Del City, a 5A team, and you're a 6A team with one of the top quarterbacks in the state? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's gonna have people talking. I mean, that's a game that when they really had that game, we're gonna be talking about that game for months. Trying to have both coaches on, and Robert Jones, he wants that game. I mean, he felt like, hey, I've lost some of my players to Choctaw, so hey. You know what? I can set a statement and say, hey, you ain't got to go over there because you can stay right here in Del City land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we got a Dairy Queen. They don't. They got Bronx.
That's true.
So, I mean,
it'd be nice having a Dairy Queen.
Though, man, just to see. But like I said, I'm excited for Coach Bryant. I'm a big Coach Bryant fan. He gave my boys a chance to start as sophomores. I mean, I was tickled to see him get the job, man. It sucks that you lose a guy like him, but you always want to see somebody get promoted.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do better things. That just tells you, man. I mean, he just a down to earth guy. No matter how much smack I've ever talked about Choctaw, I saw him in the wrestling duel this year, earlier this season, and we got the chance to chop it up, and and it wasn't no hard beef, man. But this is funny though, man. This is how small the world is, So I got a little store up the street I go to, right?
Yeah. And
so the one guy. EJ, the coach EJ at the time, we kind of had a little smack talking on Twitter, whatever. I stopped in my store on Friday.
Was you there stocking shelves?
No, I was in there just giving me my
Boston.
Okay. I love these Boston baked beans. I love we used to eat them.
Yeah.
And so this guy was sitting there, man, and then I was like, man, you look familiar. And he's like, man. So first I thought I maybe knew him from wrestling or something. Big guy. And I said, man, you just look familiar. And he's like, what? I said, you from? He said, nah, man, I'm from Milwaukee or something like that. I said, you play college ball? He said, for a little bit. Then I said, man, he said, my brother coach at Choctaw. I said, who? He said, EJ. I said, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, man, your brother don't like me. We kind of laughed and joked. I said, man, it's all good, man. We had a little beef, but I said, he was taking up for,
he likes you. He just, when you talk about somebody's, player or
But
kid.
I just thought it was cool, though, because his brother was talking about me stocking shelves. He worked at one of my convenience stores, though, so I just thought it was cool. But his brother was cool as hell, though. But I just told him, I said, hey, man, tell your brother what's up. But I just saying how small the world is, though, man, how you meet people. Yeah. But I could say, if I would have never, me and that dude could have probably sat there and chopped it up for hours. And then when he finally said, hey, but I just say, hey, man, tell your brother what's up. But I just think it was a small world. But, I mean, life is too short to be mad at anybody.
Yes.
You know that. So, and that's the thing about us, we keep it 100. Sometimes people like it, they don't like it. But, if you don't like it, it's something that, we must be hitting a nerve in your bone that we're telling the truth. Because we're not going to get on here and tell stories, though. So, anything else, guys? I know we're just kind of, I was hoping Coach White would call us back, man. We've just been getting dissed the last couple of weeks. Coach Jeannie from El Reno. That's why you came in second. And then Coach White. I just keep it 100. What's up?
That's part of March Madness, though.
What's that? Upset?
Yeah, I mean, it happened.
Man, March Madness.
Look at St. Peter's.
Yeah. But, you had that girl drop 41.
You think they make it to the Elite Eight?
Man, I like St. Pete, man. St. Pete, man. Yeah,
I don't think they do either.
I got Duke winning it all.
Who do they got?
For Coach K's last year?
Coach K's year, man. He's on that Cinderella ride, baby. He's on that Cinderella
ride. He's a 2 seed.
Yeah.
I know, but man, it's just a Cinderella. He going out.
I think I know who's a Cinderella ride that I could definitely see winning it all, and that's North Carolina.
Oh yeah, but I don't know, man. You know, you saw what happened the other day after your boy from OU. You know, Brady. I mean, he never played like that. He was at OU. I mean, he went off. I mean, until
he did.
Until he elbowed the dude. But you know, Baylor.
Man, you see that he came up high with.
Yeah, I mean, he probably was getting dirty, but man, he was hot though, man. He was hot. Man, I mean, it's such
I don't know. Their coaching staff over there at North Carolina is different. I mean, that's like a historic blue blood basketball program, you know. So
you say that, E?
Well, you got guys that like came through there: Michael Jordan, Vince Carter.
You got Hubert Davis that played there, played some NBA. So
yeah. I mean, you just had. I mean, North Carolina is a historic program.
We're talking about basketball. Let's talk about Juwan Howard. RT's looking like.
But you don't want to see Juwan Howard slap out of somebody either.
Hey, I gotta tell you though,
hey,
man, that might be a team that can make it to the.
Hey, but you know what?
I don't know. They got Villanova tomorrow.
I don't know if Villanova's that good.
So
man.
It's like I think they're pretty good.
I don't know, man. They got I don't know. I think Michigan is on. I think after that slap, he has got to the point that, hey, man, we're going to slap everybody
He
around.
went all the way back to the Fab Five days.
Man. And he had Chris Webber in the locker room and Jackson, two guys that he played with.
Jalen Rose there, too.
Yeah. That you understand, man, that Michigan goes deep. You might not have been born when they was playing, man. They're the ones that brought out the black socks, man, in the long shorts, man. I mean, they never won a national championship, but they were fun. I mean, it started 5 freshmen. Yeah. Fisher, was it Steve? Was it Fisher that did that? The coach for them at the time? Started at 5 freshmen. But I'm gonna tell you, I know I'm jumping a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you what I kind of liked the other day, man.
What's that?
The CEO Penny Hardaway, Coach Memphis,
and
guess who's on the bench with him?
Who?
Coach Brown is 76 years old.
Wow.
Larry Brown, the coach at Kansas, is coach. You know what I'm saying? Is coach for the 76ers. To see him
he was just at and then what did he finish at SMU?
Yeah, he was at SMU. That's what I'm saying. To see these guys, man, I just tell you, man, I think these guys stay in this job because, man, once you retire, man, you if you're used to doing something all the time, your body shut down. So I think that's why these guys keep going. But it's just good to see some of these guys that still over age. They're still out there coaching.
The former OU coach, Kelvin Sampson.
Yeah, he doing his thing, man. Yeah. His boys on that. I mean, hey, I got Houston in the finals too. Him and Duke. I think I got him and Duke at Houston.
Man, let me see your bracket.
Hey, it's on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, you think I'm cheating?
Yeah, you just making stuff
up.
No, now you're not keeping it 100.
I'm keeping it 100.
I think I got Gonzaga and
I had Kentucky, so I was done day one.
You were done day one.
Day one.
Hey, Gonzaga's not very good, man. I mean, what's the dude's name?
Chet Holmgren?
What's his name?
Drew Timme and Chet Holmgren?
Yeah, man.
They never won one, right?
They never won. Man, they chokers. They're going to get to the Elite Eight and
I don't know.
Final Four, choke. I mean, they're never going to win, man.
See. I think
every year, everybody likes that team because
it's Arizona's no joke either, man.
Yeah,
hey, they said there's a chance that all 4 of the
one seed or not the one seeds,
the Arizona, UCLA, Gonzaga. It was one.
It's the one seeds that are remaining are Kansas, Arizona, and Gonzaga.
Hey, you got to give some love to the kid from Heritage Hall.
Yeah, Trey Alexander.
I mean,
man.
Tricky Trey played, man.
He went off.
I mean, he played. One thing I kind of told him.
It's in his blood,
It's in his blood, man. I just tell you,
uncles.
Man. I tell you, by the time that kid graduates from
Creighton,
Creighton's up there in Nebraska out of the middle of nowhere. But, man, it's funny to see that kid way out there because he has some good offers. But I just tell you, man, you can go to a program and turn it around. And I'm telling you right now, he got everybody looking at him now. I mean, he was always good, but man, once he really put that work in and get a little bit bigger and stronger.
Man, I had him in Little League football. He was my receiver.
Was he?
Yeah.
Hey, he's a good kid, man. I mean, he spoke real well when he did his interview the other day.
Great parents, man. Great parents.
Great family, and he's related. That's Zoe's nephew.
Yeah.
So I mean, great family though. What else, Big E, before we close this show?
I mean, really, that's it. That's all I got. Anything you got, RT?
Man, we got to hurry up with this scholarship. I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we got it down to the next, the final 3. I don't know if we're going to give you a call or what we're going to do. Like I said, we're not jilly-jacking around. But, we just want to make this right, man, because, like I said, everybody's a winner.
Yeah.
And, people's going to feel like, man, I should have got it. But, it's something that we're going to do every year. So it's not going to just stop here, And so we're excited about it, though, man. I think that everybody that's chipped in and helped and talked about it and done, I mean, especially the student athletes that wrote essays and took the time to do it and do it right, And some of you guys stood out a little bit more than others, in the transcripts and stuff like that. And some of you guys followed all the protocol that we asked for, and some of you didn't, So, and that's some of the difference, It's like I tell my workers all the time. It's called attention to detail. We put something out on the flyer. You follow it, and some of you people did, so that was easy for us to pick the top 3 because they did what we asked them to do. So.
Shout out to all the coaches, too, that helped promote it and put it out there.
Yes, we thank everybody. And like I said, we know our shows right now are not like our football shows, but we still like for everybody to tune in because...
Well, let's talk about that, though. Right now, everywhere in all sports, other than March Madness, it's kind of a slow period. And this is an opportunity for us to highlight some of those kids that maybe are flying under the radar, don't get the recognition or exposure that they should have. So if there's anyone out there that you think that deserves an interview or you'd like for us to highlight, please reach out to us. We would love to come to the school, have them on the show, call in if you can't make it here. We'd love to interview them and get to know them a little bit better.
Yeah. No, he's right. I mean, like I said, that's what it's all about, man, is getting these kids' face out there and promoting them, man. And, you start at a young age because I tell you, the youth is our future. We keep it 100, We can't start talking about kids that are seniors now. We got to talk about kids that's going to become that are freshmen.
Class of 2025 girls basketball.
Yeah. Hey,
you need to check them out.
Real quick, man. The young lady that plays at Ada.
Richardson.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to keep it 100. Next year, you will see her in a PC West uniform.
No, I don't know if Dad's going to move her from Ada
Let's keep it 100.
Well, you know what? We can ask Dad.
Let's keep it 100.
You need me to call him?
You can call him. Hey, what is it? Does her dad coach? Is he assistant coach somewhere?
He started coaching her just as you did your own kids growing up before you handed them off to someone.
Is he coaching right now? Is he assistant coach or something?
I believe so.
I think he's assistant coach at Public City West.
Not the high school.
I think he's assistant coach at Public City West.
Their AAU team.
I think he's assistant coach at Public City West.
Let me ask him.
Are you going to call him right now?
Well, I'm going to send him a little message.
I'm just saying, one thing about Tony Johnson, he goes out and he hollers. He going to find out the scoop. Because, hey, women's basketball in Oklahoma is legit.
Yeah.
I love watching girls basketball. Shout out to Edmond North and girls and boys, man.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's talk. And I was telling y'all, the Millwood Falcons.
Yeah. Hey, what did
you see that video?
What did that kid say?
Trust me.
I saw that video on Twitter.
Guess who captured that video?
Hey, let's keep it real.
Guess who captured that video? You want me to call him?
Hey, let's keep it real quick.
OSU game day host.
No, wait. I got it. Let's keep it real quick. What happened? All year we've been talking about who SNS what? Classen. But who was ranked number 1?
Tuttle.
Man, did y'all see what they did to Tuttle?
Yeah.
Tuttle wasn't ready for them girls. Yeah. The best thing that happened to those girls, I'm going to tell you what the best thing happened to those girls.
What's that?
They got that Edmond North game.
Yeah.
They got that Edmond North game. That Edmond North game got them prepared. You know why? Because Edmond North was like Tuttle. And guess what? They got them ready.
Similar
for
playing styles.
Hey, man, I'll tell you right now, man, I think they should move all the games to the big house. They should.
I think that'd be cool.
I think every game should be built. I mean, you saw how packed it was, man. Hey, shout out to who? Coach Lady Coach Jones, over, Jones Longhorns lady.
Yeah.
Coach Holbrook, Jeannie Holbrook, man. That's 2 in a row. And guess what? Every one of those girls
they're all coming back.
All coming back.
Man.
I text Jeannie. I said, hey, man, come put one of your girls in for the scholarship. She said, Tony, all my girls are juniors. And her big sophomore center is just a sophomore. Yeah. So, Jeannie, hey, you doing your thing over there, girl. Somebody's going to try to come scoop you up because, you worth every penny of high school basketball because I'm just telling you what you're doing at Jones, man. And you played a team out of Bell, man, that had a big girl. And, hey, you shut it down. You shut it down.
Another girl who is a freshman, is no longer in Oklahoma, that balled out.
Who's that?
E. Good's daughter.
Oh, yeah. The twins. Yep. The twins did. I mean, one of them had a heck of a freshman year, man, and you're gonna have her name all over the map, though. So, man, high school girls basketball is legit, man. I know McAllister won it in the girls 5A, you know, and then you had 4A girls. You know, I mean, like I said, it was great basketball. You know, Jones did their thing. You know, so like I said, shout out to Norman North. You know, Edmund North beating up on Moore to win the championship. But I think Moore will be back next year. I mean, it's just great basketball here in Oklahoma, man.
Absolutely,
it really is. Well, RT, anything else? I know you go to try to make deals and wills.
Yeah, no, we're going to get them on the show.
I think the girl from Ada is a real deal. It's going to be somebody that
she's been with BTR since she was very young. And she's still riding with him.
Coach Lenny Burt knows what he's doing, man. I got a chance
to
talk to him this weekend, man. And
City Bomber.
Yep. And in the long haul, man, I got to do what's best for my kid. And me and the wife sat and talked right now. We're with Kansas United and hustle. But Kansas United is kind of out there. But at the end of the day, you got to get on that circuit, and to be on the circuit is a guy like Lenny Burke, because he can do it because he has a connection. It's all about the connections, like we say, who you know, right?
Yep.
And he knows a lot of people. So
Z!
I think at the end of the day, Z, what's up, Z? Come say something to us real quick before we close it out, man. We gotta let the start.
This our MVP, y'all.
Yeah. Z, what's up, man? Anything you gotta say to us? How was spring break?
Good.
So I mean, how was basketball last weekend, man? I mean, tell us a little bit about, man. You guys got beat up a little bit in the championship, right? How'd it go? How you think you guys played?
I think we could have done a lot of things different, like handled the ball differently and played our defense.
Okay.
Because our defense wasn't really on point that game, but because we've had a lot better games than that. But I think that we just made a lot of little mistakes that we know that we could have done different and stuff. But I feel like after overall, it was a pretty good weekend, but I really think we should have won that game.
So you think that is that one of the best teams that you've seen since you've been playing, Little League basketball? That team out of Missouri Phenom, you think that's one of the best teams that you've seen, or how would you compare them to Kansas United, Lady Hustles, any of those teams? What do you think? What made them stand out to any of the teams that you played against before? Because you got a chance to play against the number one team in the nation, the Indiana team. So I mean, what made that team, that Missouri team, good to you?
They knew what they were doing. They were IQ basketball. They had plays. They knew how to run it from top to bottom. They were cutting. They knew everything that they were doing. We were doing good and stuff, but we weren't finishing, and we couldn't hit a free throw to save our life. And
how was your free throw shooting? See?
Why you bringing up old stuff?
Hey, we keep it 1 here.
100.
Keep it 100. So,
but that's all right though. With that being said, you always are working on your craft, and
yes.
As long as you having fun, Z, continue to do what you're doing. Keep working
Absolutely.
hard, and the future's bright.
Yeah.
I know Dad be on you a little bit, but he only doing it because he knows what you're capable of doing. He wants to bring the best out in you.
I tell you, people ask me all the time, when Z starts with the Sting and she starts with the hustle, she comes off the bench for Kansas United, and people's like, man, you know what? I don't get upset about that, RT. I sometimes I like her to come off the bench because she gets to see the game. But sometimes Z is that spark plug for the Kansas United when she comes in. I mean, game one Saturday morning, Z comes off the bench. She hits, 7 points, hits the 3, hits a couple of buckets, hits, end ones. So every game she scored, and Z's a true point guard. I tell people all the time. Sometimes she gives it up too much, and sometimes, me and Deshaun had this talk with her last night. It's like sometimes you got to just take over the game. Sometimes she's too passive. I understand Kansas United is not like Hustle and it's not like Sting and those teams are your teams. But if you're on the court, it's time that you take over, because that's the difference. People talk about LeBron James. They talk about Michael Jordan. They talk about Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson. Those guys, the difference, like Magic and Jordan and Kobe, when they got in the game, that's why he was called the Black Mamba, because he was going for your head. But LeBron, a lot of times, and I'm a big LeBron fan, but I get so mad at him when it comes to championship.
Right.
He takes a step back instead of saying, "Man, you're a 6'7", 280-pound guy. Ain't nobody go. You can't nobody stop you." So, and that's what I'm trying to teach her as a father. Sometimes you got to take over the game, even though you might feel like it ain't you. But sometimes you got to take it over. All the stuff that, like you said, working on your craft. We work with Allison. We work with Chris Collier. We work with different people. Man, we had a guy the other day. I put her deal on you guys seen it on Twitter, and this guy comes out, Skills, whatever he's called. He's like, hey, man, I want to get with her. I kind of laughed, Jessica laughed. But, Allison does a great job. I'm not going to bounce Zoe around to different people and Skills because a lot of times it's about the money. But, I think Allison has done a great job of making Z's jump shot becomes better. And, we worked on some stuff before we had the show tonight, is trying to get it off quicker because she's not tall. Hopefully she can get 5'7", 5'8", but she's not tall. So the things that Allison's done with Zoe and the stuff that Chris has done with her ball handling, it's amazing because, if you were the first saw Zoe, her defense on point. I'm telling you right now, when Zoe gets out there in front of a lot of people are going to come after her because, man, I've seen her shut girls down that scores 15 to 20 points a game, and Zoe covers them, and they don't score nothing. And I'm not saying it because I'm her father, but when you see her, man, her defense is just on point, though. It really is.
Yeah. So I've seen you out there. Collier was out there working on your ball handling skills, man. He does a great job.
He does. I mean, and I have to say, I tell people all the time, Clutch Culture's done, and he wasn't really called Clutch Culture. He's kind of now, but when he started, it was just Z and his nephew Anderson. It was just working in his front yard. He set up cones, man, and then when COVID hit, you couldn't go to a gym. He took them out to the outside court on 23rd Street, man. It's hot. You out there sweating like you in Africa. You out there sweating. Yeah. But he put some work in. Then now he's got his clientele up to 40, 30, 40 girls. Then he coaches. He trains a boys team. So Chris has done a good job, and he's good with the kids though. Then he also coaches hustle, man. I tell people Chris all the time. Chris is a great coach, man. And there's a bunch of girls in the class 2029, Brooklyn, I think from the Crush Queens, one of the top. Hayden out there in Calumet, one of the top. Addie out there in Shawnee, one of the top girls in the 29 class. And, BTR got some good girls over there. Callie, the point guard for them, man. There's a lot of good girls out there in this class, man. Yeah. And, we talk about the 29 class, 25 class, but you talk about this 29 class. Yeah. Those girls are right behind it. They could, they're going to fall in. So there's a lot of good girls out there. And one thing that I've done with her, I played her up though. So the challenge of playing up and playing 7th grade, and she's in 5th grade. Yeah. She's not scared of it. It's so funny because sometimes you look at Zoe and she'll go cover the biggest girl on the court. And I'm thinking, girl, don't get somebody else. She's trying to cover the center last week. So I was like, why are you trying to? But that's who she is. She likes to take on that challenge of having having the covering the best player, and I like that in her, man. And I am blessed with all my kids. From my oldest daughter to Zoe, they've all been done great things in sports, but just student athletes too. Last night, she's talking about her. She fixed to go to Carl Albert Middle School. You guys got her for a couple of years. You better treat her right. But but I'm just saying she's working on her. She's getting her books and stuff ready. The classes she's going to take. Yeah. And and it's not like Zoe's like, hey, I'm going to take PE. I'm going to take art. She's taking classes is going to get her ready for college. And that's what I like about it because sports only lasts for so long. Yep. And guess what? You're going to be in the real world like us. You guys don't see it. I got my house shoes on. RT's already teasing me. But, that's just how it is, though, man. We're in the real world, though. So, but Zoe, man, we love it when you can come on and talk sports with us.
All the time.
Anything you want to tell anybody before we let you go?
Always keep it 100.
Always keep it 100.
We love you, Z.
We love you, Z, man. So, appreciate you, man, and keep working. So, we'll be on the road this weekend in Wichita and see what we can bring home some hardware.
It's time for me to pull out my camera skills. It's time for another video.
Yeah, we need
another highlight video.
We need to, man. It's funny, like I said, we got people, kind of, checking her out, but I'm not all about that, man. Right now, somebody said, man, you start on Twitter page. She's on my Twitter page. She don't need all that right now.
Yeah. She just need to have fun.
She's in 5th grade, man.
Yeah.
I probably go overboard as my daughter, but I learned with my other kids, you got to push them because if you ain't pushing them, who's pushing them?
Right.
And that's just real talk, parents. If you ain't pushing your kid, who's pushing?
But guess what? Throughout this whole process, when it's all said and done, what you are instilling in her, so as she has children, she too would be just as committed to her children as you are with her.
And that's how you should be. And I can't wait to have his first one.
Man.
Right there. But folks, man,
I definitely can wait.
Thank you, Zoe, for coming on with us.
Thanks, Z.
We love you. We love you. But folks,
lots.
We're going to lock this down, man. Hopefully, like I said, we'll try to maybe, get our winner in next week, and we will go live on that. So you'll hear some tweets, and so folks will be reaching out to the top 3 finalists and letting them know, when it's coming. We're going to probably try to reach out to their counselor, and let them know, we're going to try to present it from their school or their practice, wherever they're at, and let them get that check, and congratulations to that person that wins. And I tell you, I'm excited that we're doing that. So, folks, thank you for what?
Another great episode of Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. We'll see you next time.